Good morning. Today now we are going to talk about lesson 4, which is talking about box and whisker plots. In this lesson, we are going to make and interrupt and a box and whisker plots and to find the quartile and percentile. Let's see now one of the ways how to represent a data by box and whisker plot. This is a way to present a data. Now, separating data into subsets is a useful way to summarize and compare data sets. So, I need now to separate, compare, or to present or summarize the data. So I need something to separate the data into subsets. Let's talk about a new things today, which are quartiles. Quartiles are values that divide a data into 4 equal parts. From name, quarter, it's mean I divide a shape into 4 quarters. So quartiles, I mean that I want to separate or divide a data into 4 equal parts, into quarters. That's mean, and you have to draw like, as an example now, imagine now you have something like this. This is a bar of chocolate. You need now first to divide this bar of chocolate into 4 girls. So the first step, what did you do? First, you will go to the middle and you will divide the bar of chocolate into half. Is it right? Then you will go now to the first bar of chocolate. When you go now to the first bar of chocolate here, you will divide the first bar into half. And then you will go to the second bar into half. You divide it into half. In this way now, you divide the bar of chocolate into 4 quarters. The first one, you give it to the girl number 1, girl number 2, 3, and 4, and all of them approximately take the same amount of chocolate. Now, in math, this box, we call it box and whisker plot. The point here that we divide the bar of chocolate into halves, we call it median. And today we can call it with a Q2. Quartile or second quartile. This is a quartile that's divide the bar of chocolate into 2 equal halves. And then when we cut the first half into 2, this median of the first bar, we call it Q1. And I have this bar only, and I want to find where I can cut it into 2 equal halves. The point that we cut it into 2 equal halves, we call it median of the first part, or we name it with a Q1. And the same for the second quartile here. This part here, that's cut this bar, the second bar into 2 equal halves, we call it Q3. This is here, we have it. So this is a Q1, this is a Q2, and Q3. So to find the Q2, it's very easy. I will take the bar of chocolate and I cut it by half. Then the second step, I will take the second bar, or the first bar, sorry, that I have it, and I then cut it by half. And the second bar, I will cut it by half. So this we call it quartile. Q1, cut the first bar or the first half into 2 equal bars, onto 2 equal halves. Q2, cut the whole bar by 2 equal, and Q3 cut the second bar by 2 quartiles points. Now, let's now talk about numbers. Before that, did you understand here what's the meaning of bar of chocolate and how we cut it?
Yes, Miss.
Okay.
Miss, I didn't understand how we cut it.
Cut the bar of chocolate. By
Oh,
you.
okay.
Cut, you have something, you need to cut it.
Okay.
Okay. Now then, then here. Now, the new things now. So this one, we call it box. And you need, for this box here, we have these two lines here, the orange lines. These two orange lines, and now forget the bar of chocolate. Now we are going to talk about numbers. These two lines, sorry, we call them Whisker. And this one here, this is Whisker. The 9 are the point that where the first whisker start here, we call it minimum. This is the minimum point in the data. And the point where the whisker ends, this is the maximum point in the data. And here we have the box. So that's why we called it box with and two whiskers plot. So when we need to represent the box and whisker, you need to tell me where's the Q1, where's the Q2, where's the Q3, where's the minimum, and where's the maximum point. And what is the difference between the maximum and the minimum?
Yes, Miss. What is the difference?
I told you yesterday, the difference between the maximum and the minimum, what we call it? Who watched the video yesterday?
Miss, I watched it yesterday, all of it.
What's the difference between maximum and minimum?
Range.
Range.
Miss, is it the range?
Yes, bravo, it is a range.
Oh, okay.
So the difference between the maximum point minus the minimum point is a range. And today you are going to learn a new thing. That's the difference between Q3 minus Q1. The difference between the third quartile and the first quartile, we call it interquartile IQR. It's mean interquartile range IQR. Yeah, now forget the bars of chocolates. Let's come back to our lesson here. So as I told you, the quartile are values that divide a data into a set of 4 equal parts. The median that separate the data into upper and lower halves, like a bar of chocolate, as I told you before, we call it as, just a minute here. So this is here, the bar of chocolate. That's you have. Now, when you cut the bar of chocolate into 2 equal halves, we call it median or Q2. And then after you cut it, you have this part. And then you have this part. For the first part here, the yellow one, when you cut it into 2 equal halves, you name it with a Q1. And when you cut the second part, the orange one, into 2 equal halves, we call it Q3. And then enter quartile range or IQR. Enter quartile range IQR. Don't forget, it's a Q3 minus Q1. Which is the difference between the third and the first quartile. Is it clear? Now, let's go to talk about how to find Q1, Q2, and the Q3. Yeah. Here now, we want to find what is the minimum, what is the maximum value, what is the first quartile, the median or the second quartile, and the third quartile. The first step here to find all of these, don't forget you have to arrange the data from lowest to greatest. So we have 75, 80, 125, 126, 135, 140, 140, and then 350.
350.
Did I write them all?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, miss.
Okay. Now then, after I arrange them, now let's see. Where's the minimum value? This one.
75.
75.
And where's the maximum? This is the maximum.
350. 350.
So this is the minimum here. We found it now. This is the minimum. And this is here the maximum. This is the first step. Then I need now to find where is the median. As you know before, first let's count the data. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now where is the median? Remember that? This one.
126 plus 135 divided by 2.
Divide by 2.
So here, you can do something that's, you can take this. No, wait, please. So you can say this is 3, we'll go to play with the first 3. So we have 126 and 135, and then the median is between them because we have 2 numbers. So this is the median will be here. How can we find the median? We add 135.
135 plus
126
126 divided by 2.
divided by 2.
Bravo. 135 plus 126 over 2, which is 130.5. So this is here the median. So let's write the median here as 130.5.
So teacher, we add 126 and 135 and we divide them by 2, right?
Yes, exactly. This is here how to find the median.
Okay, thank you.
Now, let's now, all of these, we know them before. We know how to find the median. We know how to find the minimum and the maximum. Now, the second step here, that's we need to find the Q1 and the Q2. So this is here, Q2 or median, as you want, we can name it. This is here Q2. Now let's find the Q1. Q1, here now be careful. There's two things are different. If you are odd and if you are even. If you are odd, it's very easy. Once, like this example here. If they are odd, when I take the Q1, you cancel Q2. And then you take the median of the first part. But if they are even, if they are odd, sorry, you will conclude 126. What does it mean? I'm talking about these numbers here. I'm saying that the number is 130.5. This is the median. So when I want to find now Q1, don't say, no teacher, 126 is not included. I cannot cancel it because it's not a median. If it is a median, I will cancel it. But here it's not a median. So I will not cancel it. I will keep it when I find Q1. Is it clear?
Yes, miss.
What do you mean by I will cancel it?
No,
The median, I didn't cancel it.
now here for these numbers, if you have just a minute, let's concentrate about this one. And when you're going to talk about the second part, I will tell you what did I mean by that.
Okay.
Here, what did you have? You have an even numbers of data. There's a rule. If you have an even numbers of data and you want to find Q1, Q2, and the Q3, when you find the Q2, it's very easy. It's didn't 126 and it's not 135. It's a number between them, which is 130.5. Now, can I cancel 126? Can I say no, you are the median? Or 135? Can I say them no? No, I will keep them in order to find the first number here of the first Q1. So in order to find the Q1 here, let's look now at the first bar here. We have 75, 80, 125, and 126. Now, where's the median of these four data?
Between 180 and
It
125.
will be between 125 and 80. That's if you add 125 plus 80, divide them by 2. You get a 102.5.
But teacher, why we take 80 and 125 between all the numbers?
Now, here you have this bar of chocolate, the first one. Okay?
Yes.
Here, this one. And you need to find now at which point you can cut this bar of chocolate. Can you cut it at point 80 or point 125? Or between them? Now you have, yes, I told you before that if you have 4 or even number of data, you have to find a point that's between the two middle numbers.
Okay, thanks.
They are even, find the mean between the two middle numbers. If they are odd, it's very easy. Take the number in the middle. But here we have two numbers in the middle. I cannot take one of them, so I will add them, divide them by 2 in order to find the median.
Okay, teacher.
Now, The same we have to do in the second part here. In the second part now, we have 135, 140, 140, and 350. Which number is in the middle?
140, Miss. It will be
140 plus 140
We have two numbers.
over 2.
Yes, exactly. We have two numbers. I cannot take one of them. So I need to find now the numbers. That's if I cut it here between them, which is 140 plus 140 divide by 2.
equal 140.
140. This is here Q3. So this is now Q3 and this is now Q1.
Sure, if they are the same number, we take just one of them and put it.
If they are,
I mean,
yes,
the same number.
Yes. And
Okay.
it's like this. It's like 140 plus 140 over 2. They are 280. Over 2, you will have 140.
Okay.
So it's easy as you say. Take one of them.
Miss, the homework, send it in where? In the mailbox or in the discussion room? And because I didn't find a discussion room for chapter 12.
Okay, thank you for reminding me. I will make it for you today.
Okay, Miss, thank you so much.
Yeah. Now, is it clear here how to find the Q2, Q1, and the Q3, maximum and minimum?
Yes, yes, miss.
Yes, Miss.
Yes, miss.
This is, remember now, this case, if we have an even number of data. Now, in this example here, just a second, please. 1, 2, 3. In A, we have now an odd number of data. Here now, we have an odd number, 95, 85, 75, 85, and so on. Now, first step for A now, I'm talking about A. You are going to arrange the numbers from greatest to lowest. What is the minimum number here? We have 60, 65,
Yes, 60, 65, 75,
75,
75, also
and 75, 85. Let's repeat it
85, 85, 3 times.
3 times, yes, okay. And then 95, and then 100, and 105.
Yes.
Yes. Then this is the minimum, and this is the maximum. So I found now the minimum and the maximum. Now then, here, concentrate with me now. Here we have these numbers now, and I want to cut into 2 equal halves. How many numbers of data we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Is 11 odd or even?
Odd.
Odd. Very easy. If
Odd.
an odd, now you have to see which number is in the middle. Is it 85?
85.
Yes, Miss.
The number
85.
here, that is in the middle. So this is the median. Or we call it Q2. This is here the median. Now, here I mean that when we come now to find the mean, oh, sorry, the median for the first part, since we use 85, this part, we use it. So when you want to find now the median, we have to go and use all of these numbers except 85, because 85 is used. That's mean I told you,
Yes.
conclude, يعني keep it or conclude it or not conclude it. Use it or don't use it. In the first one, I don't use 126 and I don't use 100, what was the number? 145 as an example. I don't use 126 and 145. I use a number between them. So because of that, I can keep them in the first half and this in the second half. So this is here, Q2.
And Miss Q1 will be 75.
Yes, Q1 is going to be 75 and
95.
Q.
So this is here, the Q2. Now, let's come back now to the first part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the Q1 exactly. And 1, 2, 3. This is the Q2, the Q3. Sorry. Here, how to find the Q1 and the Q3. The number that's cut the first part into 2 equal halves, it is 95. And here it's 75. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, Miss.
Yes,
Now let's solve B. And this is for A. I will keep it here in order to distinguish between median, even and odd. In B here, we have 6 numbers. So they are even. Here, they are odd. In the second one, we are talking about even. Now let's first arrange the numbers. 5, 7, 11, 19, 21, and 53. We need now, where's the minimum? Here's the minimum.
The minimum is 5.
And this is the maximum. Now, I need to find now Q1. Where is the point that I can cut the bar of chocolate into 2 equal halves?
19 plus 11 divided by 2.
Bravo. You will not say 11. You will not say 19. It's a number between them. So you have to add 11 plus 19 divided by 2, which are 30 divided by 2. So it is 15. This is here Q2. Now, so there's a point between them. We call it a median here. That is Q2. Now we need to find the Q1. And on the first part, since we take 85 as a Q2, so when we find the Q1, we didn't use it because we already take it as a Q2. Is it right? For the first, for A.
Yes.
We used 85 as a Q2. So when we need to find the Q1, we didn't use it. And we will not use it before. Why? Because it's already taken. But here, I didn't take 11 and I didn't take 19. I take a number between them. So I cannot cancel 11 I will use it because it's not my median. You are not my median. I will keep it with me. My median is 15. So when I want to find now the median here,
It will be 7.
yes,
Yes, it's going to
you
be
can
7.
1, 2, 3 numbers. So this will be Q1. And here 1, 2, 3 numbers. This will be Q2. Q3, sorry.
Teacher, I didn't understand. How did we make Q2?
Q2?
Yes, I mean 15. How
Oh.
we get this 15?
Yeah, just a second. We have 2 minutes. I can explain for you. Here, we need to find now Q2. Q2 our median. We talk about it next in the previous lesson. We have to say 5 cancel 53. First, I mean right and left. Right and left. Here now we have 2 numbers. Which number is in the middle?
11 and 19.
No, 11 is not in the middle. And 19 is not in the middle.
Oh, yes.
Tell them, okay, I will cut them or add them to each other, cut them by 2 in order to find the number that's in the middle, which was 15.
Ah, okay. Sorry, teacher.
So the number here in the middle is 15. Then to find the Q1, as I told you before, you have now to find or to come back. Here we have 11, 7, and 5. This is the number in the middle. And here is the number in the middle. So Q1 is 7. Q3 is 21. This is here.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. This is here, this part here. Please study it today in order to differentiate between how to find the Q of the quartiles for even and odd. For if they are, it's very easy, and it is odd. Since I take the number, so I will use the rest of the numbers. But here in the odd MB, I didn't use the number, any of them. I will use the number that I make it. So I must use 11 and 19.
Okay, Miss.
Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. The period now is finished. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.